Hey YouTube, Longest Post 1975. I want to talk about the unsub bug, but specifically, more so, I want to talk about Google. I've talked about Google a few times before. If you watch my videos, you know generally what I think of Google. Now, there have been bigger and better channels who've talked about the unsub bug than me, and I definitely recommend you go and check out Steve Benway's Friday Talk. I put a link down below, and he's in my channel. Let's go and check him out. But he talks about it way better than I could, and he did make one really good suggestion, which was keep a hard copy of the channels you were subscribed to, and that way, you know, you can stay on top of whether or not you've been unsubscribed. So that you know, something as simple as that, and I completely forgot about it. But I got a couple of PMs from people who asked me what my thoughts were on the unsub bug, and simply one word: Google. Google. Now that number up there to me is not about bragging rights. I don't see it as a number. So if it starts to fall, I don't look at it and go, "Oh no, it's falling." That number to me is a group of individuals, of channels, of people whose opinions I care about. An audience I like to engage, discuss, you know, back and forth, ideas. That's just generally my audience. So the only two people who should be able to unsubscribe them to me are basically them, because if you don't like my channel, you no longer like my content, then by all means that is your right to unsubscribe, or I have the right to unsubscribe them if they're being abusive or whatever. That's it. Now I accept that this is probably a bug. Apparently Google do not necessarily think it is. You know, but I can accept that. But very loose term here. It's almost like they're essentially dictating my audience to me. But that's by the way. As I said, I accept that, you know, it's a bug. Things aren't perfect. Things happen. This is what's annoying me. Once again, I'm pretty sure it's come down to Google playing around, addressing changes, this constant obsession with, now that they own YouTube, that apparently it was wrong how it was and they need to fix this and get it to how they want it to be. You know, it's not YouTube anymore, it's GoogleTube. I understand that, but I'm very much one of those people which is stop picking at it. It's like a scab. If you don't stop picking at it, you'll only make it worse. And consistently, that's what they are doing. But the other thing that annoys me is whenever they break something, they never actually fully 100% fix it. That's, in a nutshell, my problem with Google. Now, the other thing I would like to say about that, my biggest problem with Google, in particular, this unsub bug, because it's not affecting 100% across the board, but it's clearly there. It's clearly an issue. It's clearly affecting a lot of people. It's toasting a lot of the really big YouTubers. So when you see these people like Shane Dawson losing this many subs, if you go to these like sites that provide statistics, you can see that there is a problem. I've heard that it comes down to the continual deletion of inactive accounts, which I don't have a problem with. I would rather have a valid subscription list and know that my audience is actually watching me, you know, participating and caring what I have to say, than someone who set up a channel, subscribed, and then left 3 weeks later. I understand that. I think that is a good thing. But it looks like apparently this time, whatever they did, because this is obviously an ongoing thing, they've broken something, or they've caused another problem. And that's what this bug is. I mean, I'm not by no means a big and popular channel, but my output, even when I do like these sort of, I guess, more serious videos, it's very consistent. So even when I thought, wow, I lost 30 odd subscribers in, you know, a little over 24 hours. Wow. You know, even I'm kind of like, well, why is that? If it's true and it's genuine, I can live with that. I'm an adult, you know, I'm not going to cry, but I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is simply because I look at lots of other channels, ones that I actually care about and watch consistently, and you can see it happen to their subscribers, or their subscription count, I should say. So I kind of think, I don't know, there is something here, not just because it affects the big guys, but it does affect the small guys. Now, I will carry on putting out videos regardless, you know, because I do them because I love them. But are they going to fix this? You know, because if they don't, essentially, it's probably going to make some people just give up. You know, what happens if it affects channels? Because obviously it's so hard, again, this comes back to Google, to get your foot in the door these days, to get people to watch your material, to subscribe to you. That, I can imagine if someone slugged their guts out and they've got themselves, you know, a reasonable, small, they've managed to get some views, particularly now, as I said, because it's difficult, and subscribers now hanging around sort of 50, 60, 70 subscribers, and then this bug just wipes them out. What happens if they walk away? That's a real shame. That, you know, that's a tragedy, because what's to say they aren't going to be the big channels in the future, which in itself is beneficial to Google, because they're running this, like, you know, as a business, and I don't blame them for doing so. I can see that. And, you know, anyone who gets big AdSense and stuff like that, which is why I don't understand why they're not addressing this bug. As I said, there clearly is one. You know, whether it's because of this deletion of inactive accounts, I don't know, but it's there. But this is what annoys me about Google. Why can't they ever stick their hand up and say, we broke something? Sorry, yeah, that was us, that's on our watch, we're going to try and fix this, we're very, very sorry, because honesty goes a long way, you know. Say you broke something, no one's perfect. Even Google, treating them like saints, especially Google, I should say. No one's perfect. I would appreciate you being a little bit more upfront and honest with it, you know, that goes somewhere to it, but in particular with this one, they're like, there isn't a problem. No, there is. There clearly is a problem. And since you're in charge of this service now, it's up to you to fix it. They're like, no, there isn't a problem. If you are having problems, then contact this person and list the problems. But I made a hard copy, like Steve Benway suggested, of all the people I'm subscribed to. But because it took me so long to do it, I lost a chunk of subs in that time. I have no idea who they are. Because, you know, there's people you go to a lot more than other people. So you even without your subscription list, you know who they are, you're aware of who they are. But then there are people that you may visit not quite as frequently, but you still value their, you know, their material and still want to support them. But try to remember who they are so you can go back and resubscribe to them and list them and go back to Google and say this problem's because of this. That's not going to happen. That's not a solution. Stick your hand up and say we fucked this up and accept it. Don't say to us there isn't a problem unless you can prove there is. By the way, that means you have to do this, because essentially what they're saying is every time I, you know, every few days or so, I should take my hard copy of my subscription list and then go check every individual person to see if I'm still subscribed to them. That's a lot of work. I can't, because I'm subscribed to like 265 people. Well, I'm not anymore. It's gone down since. But you know, why can't you accept that you probably ball something up based on the fact that you ball something up every time you try to do something to this service? And that's what annoys me. So when these people PM me and ask me what my problem, what I think of the unsubscribe bug, it's simply this: Google, stop breaking stuff, and when you do so, be a little bit more forthcoming and honest, and say so, and stick your hand up, you know, because then these things wouldn't be half as bad. And investigate and try and fix them yourselves. And the other thing that worries me is you're so obsessed with constantly changing YouTube. You know, this is what happens when you do things like that. We've got this. Where are we going from here? Where are we going from here? This constant need of yours to basically make YouTube GoogleTube, like your vision of what it should have been for whatever reason, I don't know. But like, I don't know, you have a chip on your shoulder about where the way YouTube was and how successful it was. And so now you have to kind of morph it and change it into a 100% Google product. Get over it. Get over it. Get it back to why people use it, why people love it. Because essentially it's in your own interest. Because the fact that you're dropping this many subscribers off the big channels has got to affect their AdSense, which has got to affect your revenue. So yeah, basically Google, stick your hand up and say we broke this and we're trying to do everything we can to fix it. It'll make a lot of people feel a lot better. Anyway, there you go. Sorry, someone asked me what I thought. That's my thoughts on this whole bug thing. There is one. Google need to accept this and simply address it a little bit more seriously instead of just saying, oh, it's not us, it's go and prove it's us, blah 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 blah, because that's just lazy and lame. Anyway, what do you think? See you later.